Here are 5 of the rarest diesel trucks ever built. For what it's worth, this isn't rage bait, but I feel like I'm gonna get roasted in the comments anyway, and that's okay. Number 1, you cannot talk about rare diesel trucks without mentioning the 2001 Ford F-250 Platinum with the 7.3 and a manual transmission. A lot of people don't understand just how rare this truck is. In 2001, about 2,500 F-250 Platinums were built. Of the 2,500, about 2,200 had a 7.3 Power Stroke. Of the 2,200, 11 had a manual transmission. Number 2 is the Crew Cab second-gen Cummins, and no, it was not a factory option. Some people say they were built for the military, some say they were built in Mexico. However, there's really no evidence, physical evidence ever, of this crew cab being a factory option from Dodge. These were built almost exclusively by upfitters, and even in really rough condition, if you can find one, they're still pretty valuable. The other thing too is because these were either done by an aftermarket upfitter or a DIY job at home, it's really impossible to know how many were ever built. Number 3, the ZF6 6-speed manual 6.4 liter Power Stroke. This is arguably the most desirable of all 6.4 Power Strokes, although some would say that the 6.4 isn't desirable at all. However, remember, these trucks have their fans. They were only built for a few years. The ZF6 trucks are particularly hard to find. Honorable mention, although it may not actually exist, would be the ZF6 6-speed LBZ Duramax. Again, there's no official record, no documentation of the LBZ ever getting a manual ever. However, several people have reached out to me either online or in person, very adamant that they own a factory LBZ manual truck. Do they actually exist? I'm leaning towards no, but I've had enough people tell me that they own one to at least mention it. Last but certainly not least is the 12-valve quad cab Cummins, which was only made for a few months in 1998. Widely regarded to be considered the holy grail second-gen Cummins by a lot of people, especially if you can somehow find one with a manual transmission. The 12-valve was only stuffed into the quad cab in 1998 for a very short time before the changeover to the 24-valve. Now, the rarity of the quad cab 12-valve wasn't really understood initially, but people certainly know what they're worth now.